Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
I think you should kind of know the drill at this point. We have an air stagnation advisory that is in place for most of the Newswatch 12 viewing area. It runs until 4 in the morning on Saturday. So again, can't reiterate this enough. Limit your outdoor burning, and there are certain municipalities where burning is already banned, but abide by that, or if that ban is not in place, then I would abide by this. Just limit outdoor burning anyway, because we don't want to put more pollutants up into the sky than there has to be. Okay, fog, it's still there in the Klamath Basin and in the Great Basin as well. It's kind of ebbing and flowing. It looks like the fog is starting to flow again in Lakeview, so take it very slow on these roadways out here. Oregon 140, US 97, and US 395. Temperatures have rebounded since this morning, but it is still very cold over on the east side. Still observing teens and 20s throughout the Shasta Valley. Still right at freezing in Medford. It's 11:45, coming up on 11:46, and still right at freezing. And we're at 50 degrees there along the coast in Brookings. Your coat cast for today should be pretty obvious. Going to go with the heavy jacket, at least for this morning, but later in the day, maybe trading that in for a lighter jacket. It's going to depend on how much sunshine we can actually squeeze out of today. But the past couple of days, if there any indication, should mean that we're going to see some pretty gray skies and some pretty stubborn clouds within the Rogue Valley. Less stubborn throughout the Shasta Valley, and I think eventually the fog will dissipate by the time we get to the early afternoon over on the east side. So even though we're going to see a little bit of sunshine there, temperatures will still be below freezing, more than likely. 30s and 40s for west side valleys, mid 50s there along the coast in Brookings with lots of sunshine. Overnight, we'll see a pretty similar setup compared to what we saw just last night and this morning. Brutally cold air to the east of the Cascades, and we're going to have more fog filling in to the basin, maybe even some patchy fog within the west side valleys, but it's been really tricky business forecasting this stuff. 20s and 30s throughout the west side valleys, and will be near freezing once again along the coast, which is why we have yet another freeze watch in place. This time for northern Curry County. This runs from 2 in the morning to 9 in the morning on Friday, as lows could get all the way down to 31 degrees. So protect the 3 Ps. Like I always tell you, the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing. Let's keep it along the coast, where for this weekend, it's going to be a gorgeous weekend. If things don't pan out within the valleys, and if we don't have a lot of sunshine, if you want to boost the serotonin, if you want to boost the vitamin D, here's the place to go. Temperatures near 50 degrees, so it's going to feel pretty nice too, again, relative to what we're going to see inland. We'll have a few more clouds building in for Sunday, and that's ahead of a storm system that could potentially impact us for Tuesday and for Wednesday. And with that storm system, we'll get winds coming out of the south. That's going to bring in some more moist air and some warmer air as well. So temperatures will go up, but just a smidge. We're only going to be above average by about 2 to 3 degrees. Here's the bottom line for the forecast. We'll have stagnant air and more fog through Saturday morning at the very least. It's also going to be pretty seasonal through then as well. Then those rain and snow chances do return for next week. Here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. We will keep it dry and sunny for the next 4 days. And then that transition day will be Sunday going into Monday. And then it's going to be gray and wet after that. For Siskiyou County, we're going to be in the 40s, very low 40s, or right near 40 degrees, I should say, for the next 4 to 5 days. And then we do get a little bit warmer with that storm system bringing winds and some warmer air out of the south. But that means that snow levels are going to go up. So, you know, typically around this time of the year for the basin, we'd expect exclusively snow, but I think it's going to be more like a wintry mix for Tuesday and for Wednesday, because snow levels are going to be anywhere between 5, 6, 7,000 feet. So that means maybe even we could have a wintry mix for the Cascades as well. In those areas, you certainly expect just exclusively snow in the month of December. And then for the Rogue Valley, gray conditions for at least the next 2 days. We'll see how the clouds pan out for the weekend, and then finally getting some more rainfall arriving on Tuesday.